Hey everybody, my name is Angie Murenga. You're watching Just Angie, and today is Mwenyenchi Monday because I want to talk about governance and all things governance. And I have an amazing guest, SK Blue. I don't know why do people call you SK Blue first of all?
Yeah.
Why blue? Because I can see SK.
Yeah. So way back. So my dad is a bishop. So my dad, being a bishop, we used to travel quite a bit.
Okay.
Because he was planting churches.
Wow.
At one point we found ourselves in Molo. So in Molo, you know that there's a principle that says you become as big as your reference point.
Yes.
Yeah. Your reference point is your only stretching point.
Yes.
So we are in Molo now, and I'm just a toy. But there's this house next to ours. We were in a small wooden house. But there's this house next to us. It was so big, it was dwarfing our house. It was a mansion. Wow. As far as I was concerned, I was like, hey, who's this? The amazing thing is, at the gate, it was written SK Gatari.
You can't be serious.
Yeah. I'm telling you, every morning I would just go there and wait for this SK Gatari to come out.
Come out so that you can see him.
I was so inspired, Yani.
Wow.
Baka, I was like, I never got to see him for like so long because he had this Benz that had curtains. But I could just wait to just see it pass.
Wow.
And from that particular time, I said, man, I'm SK. I have to be SK something.
SK something, because this guy is SK Gitari.
Exactly.
Wow.
So then at that point, since blue was something that I was quite close to, wow. I had had my dad preach, and he was saying in the gates of the tabernacle, there were a few colors. Blue was one of them, and it symbolized Jesus Christ, the chief reconciliator.
Wow.
So I said, I'm SK Blue.
Wow.
And the other meaning of blue is authority. So yes. Samuel Courier called to preach in authority the message of reconciliation.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have so much to ask you. Because first of all, you're preaching the message, but not the kawaida way people preach the message.
Correct.
It's the same thing with me.
Correct.
We're preaching the gospel, but not the way the gospel is packaged or
yes.
was packaged even at that time.
It's not as conventional as
no.
it used to come, yes.
No, it's a different model.
Correct.
And one of the things that you have really, me, I'm a fan. I don't know whether I'm a fan, family, follower.
Yeah.
I mean, you really, when I watched your videos, because this is what inspired this with Richie, what he did for Playhouse, I was amazed. I was captivated. Totally captivated.
Amazing. Yeah.
I keep watching them.
Yeah.
And you know why they inspired me so much is because you came from nothing. And your stories, and you were telling them so casually. And even as a mother, I'm like, what? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You're saying them casually, but there's so much power behind them. And especially because of what I know now.
Yes.
I'm older, wiser.
Yes.
I'm trying to mentor, coach, train other leaders, younger, even the next generation, trying to point them in the right direction.
Yeah.
But they always tell me that it cannot happen. They'll say, Pastor Angie, that's your story.
Yeah.
I didn't story.
It sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds good. No, they can see it, but that happens for you.
Yeah.
It can happen.
Yeah, you have your own favor.
You have your own favor, and us, we don't seem to have that favor.
It's true.
But then I found you.
Asante.
Yours is crazy.
I'm glad to be found.
Crazy favor, crazy faith. Because
Imagine.
SK, you created something out of nothing.
Yes, to be honest, it can only be God.
Out of nothing.
Out of nothing.
God has done amazing things with you. So I just wanted to share some of those stories because from the premise of there are a lot of young people who say, as we're done, we're doomed.
Exactly.
They'll tell you we have nothing. We even did a conference the other day. One of our conference speakers kept saying, people say, shida ni. Shida ni. Everything you present to people say,
it's a hashtag.
Shida ni. Yeah? Here, the problem is. Me, my problem is I have no money. There'll always be a story. And especially in our context in Kenya, people think that the only way you can make money
is
you have money. You guys have nothing.
We had nothing. Yeah, we had nothing completely.
How did you do it?
So it can only be God. I'm glad for sometimes traumas get you to the place of coming back to yourself, like the prodigal son.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for his trauma, probably he wouldn't have gone back home.
That's true.
And for us, same to Joseph. For me,
my favorite character, Joseph.
For me now, I'm living in the pastor's house. living in a pastor's house, you know, you find yourself in a catch-22 situation. Number one, people think you are the pastor. You are an extension of the pastor.
That's what I'm always complaining, because my daughter, people will see her like on social media, dress somebody and say, oh, she's a pastor. I said, please, I am the pastor.
Yes.
How she's got her own life and calling.
She's a human on her own.
Yes, on her own, with her own ideas and ideals and aspirations. So we are not one, please.
Yeah. So me being there, of course, people tend to see as though you're a pastor, and that does something to pastors' kids.
Oh, really?
So what it does to them is they have two options: either to be church or play church. Yeah. So it's easy to play church.
Very, because you know how to play.
Yeah, you know
how to make, what motions to make, what to do.
Exactly. You know, wageni is come, Bwana sifiwe tena. Yeah.
Oh my
you know to how to pose like church. So then you get to a place where you feel it's not sustainable.
Yes.
And then you desire to be church.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you turn to be church, then you get convicted. You know, God is passionate about people. So then God gives you that conviction for people. For me at that particular time, I remember there was a time where my dad was preaching. He used to preach for long. Yeah, we used to get into church like 8 in the morning and 4 p.m. We are just waiting to go home.
What?
We are so hungry. So there's this time where now he was preaching, and the amazing thing is that up on Mbele where the preachers sit, there are normally some sweets, and some squash. Those days it was called squash.
Treat top. I'm sure it was treat top those days. Yes.
It was up on Mbele. So one day I'm looking, and for many Sundays I've been looking at those sweets, and I'm like, these sweets are not being utilized. And we are dying of hunger, waiting for the service to be over. So one day I decided, Yani, when he was moved of the Spirit, I decided now to
go and get the sweets.
Hey.
Kumbe, he saw you. Did he see you?
He saw me in the middle of being, moving in the Spirit. That war I remember. But what I remember above the war was he was asking me, when mchungaji? Yeah?
Because the sweets are from Chungaji.
For a Chungaji. So now, a few weeks later, I came back to him and I told him, you see, I have a word in my spirit and I want to speak to the people of God.
Wow.
You give me an opportunity
to speak.
So he gave me an opportunity. I knew this was my day.
How old were you?
I was in lower primary.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 8-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he gives you an opportunity.
Gives me an opportunity. You'll preach at the conference. And come to think of it, I never really thought of the opportunity as the challenge, but the challenge was to sample the sweets in a long service.
Wow.
Yeah. So that day, I'm telling you, I waited. Then you know when you're there at the forefront, you have power. You can call ushers. Ushers. Ongeza sweet.
So you are actually now indulging the sweet. Because now you're the pastor now. Exactly. Here. I'm here with a word for the people.
My siblings are asking me, hey, Niajes, you give us some. Now, nyinyi wachungaji.
The same question.
Yeah.
The same question you were asked.
Exactly. So from that particular day, I preached at the conference. And my dad now, from that day, believed I would become a pastor.
Wow. So you, first of all, I think you're challenged. Challenging situations cause you to, they propel you into things.
Exactly.
So the fact that you wanted the sweets and you look at them and you couldn't have
I'm
them,
looking at them
then you ask the ideal question, where did Mchungaji? So you say, okay, let me have a word. So you
Even
become the Mchungaji.
Exactly.
And then you can access the sweets.
Exactly.
So maybe that's what's been driving you all your life then.
So come to think of it, that has been very consistent. So from that particular day, my dad, thinking that I would be a pastor, I was trying to tell him that I believe that in the kingdom, there are 3 main pillars. There is the spiritual pillars, which is about values.
Okay.
There is a social pillar, which is bringing us to a place of consciousness. How do we relate to a society that is people?
Yes.
Not careers, not possessions, not popularity, people. And people are just simply them with their insecurities, as they say.
Yes.
All of us, we are looking for something and we are afraid of something.
We are.
And the last pillar is an economic pillar, where unless we find a budget we cannot sustain values in a society.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And that's the one where you've cracked it.
Exactly.
You cracked the
Yes.
finances, the economics
Yes.
that drive everything else. It's amazing. The idea. I was even looking at the Africa Union and it was talking about socio-economic. I was like, how come it's always socio-economic? It's not even so much political. It's always the socio-economic angle
Exactly.
that is looked at.
Correct.
When we're driving an agenda
Yes.
for a whole continent.
Because social is built on values that from us who are of the kingdom, the values are from the Word of God.
Yes.
So we apply them in a society, but to sustain it, we have to have an economy. So I'm at that place now. I'm telling him, my conviction is that my first stage would be on a social platform through music.
Wow.
Then my evolution will be from music to economics.
Wow.
So now I put these dreadlocks.
Oops.
In a pastor's
now
house.
There's going to be trouble now. Not a traditional pastor. You know, today you can get away with it.
Exactly.
In
But
those days, no way.
So,
because we were very much about outward appearance and how you look and how you acted, even if you were pretending.
Exactly. So, but this is the strangest thing. At this time, I wasn't acting church. I was actually church. But I didn't look like church.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is very important because right now, SK, what we need to do, we can't look like church. Me, pale
Yes.
There's nothing
I was
like
here
looking
for
like
church.
church. Ukikaa kama church, we're going to be in problems. But also, I think our interpretation of church, it's as we interpret it that way. Because if you look at Jesus Christ's model, he had 12 disciples.
Yes.
That was church.
Yes.
There were 12 disciples in the marketplace.
Yes.
He was in no synagogue. There was no Torah, nothing. He was where the people
in the marketplace.
So I think it's us who defined
exactly
church
how church looks like. So there with dreadlocks, my dad was asking, what is the justification of this? I was trying to tell him that my observation has been that this generation that I want to speak to listens with their eyes.
That is so true. That is so powerful.
Yeah. So
what a wonderful deduction.
Imagine.
They listen with their eyes.
They listen with their eyes.
It determines what they see.
Exactly.
Wow.
And Jesus told us that tree is known by its fruits.
Yes. That's why he
in
cast
ancient history as well, for you to disciple someone, they had to first see your fruits. But this was the thing. Not just your fruits, but your scars. So you'd want to go disciple an apprentice, and an apprentice would tell you, take me to your secret chambers and strip your armor. Unless
show me your
I see your scars.
Then I can trust
exactly.
you. What?
Yeah.
That is so powerful. SK, we have to stop, but we're going to continue. So far, you hear Mwenyenchi Monday. That's very, very powerful, I think. So far, the things that we've heard. My name is Angie Murenga. We're here with SK Blue, and we shall continue. Catch us next Monday. God bless.